Next level's power development series starts with med ball work. Now we'll progress kids as young as about 9 or 10 years old, all the way to adults and our athletes again of all different ages, some professionals, the elite. We're all going to use med ball training as our first progression. So again, no matter where you're at, this will be our first progression for power development. A couple of things you want to think about keeping in mind. Let's just work from the ground up with the feet. We're always going to keep about a hip width base. Again, that's why we need to teach a nice athletic stance. 3 contact points, ball big toe, ball little toe heel, so you have that tripod. As we work up, knees are always going to be slightly bent when we start. The knees are going to be popping out, so those hips can actually rotate to get more from the glutes. As we work up, Coach Dylan here is going to work on hip hinging back while keeping a braced torso position, while keeping upper back tension, scap retracted, double chin type position with the head. So we're going to give you 3 different reps with each exercise. The first rep will just be the regular movement. The second rep will be a pause variation. This is going to allow us to, again, find teaching points where we can actually slow things down and allow the athletes to feel position, but it's also going to work on more of the concentric component, like coming out of the sprint start. The third rep we're going to give you is going to be the elastic component, so we're going to preset everything with a nice little hop. So we're going to start going out with a vertical throw. Now it's great to have a net above, or just use this, use what you have. He'll hip hinge back, pop straight up, big punch. Again, this is going to look just like the good morning, the RDL. From there, he's going to pause that bottom position. If he doesn't have a set position, this is where the coach comes in, fixes him a bit, more knees out there. There you go. Give him a hip crawl. Go bring up right there. Hopefully he doesn't kill anybody. The last one, he's going to hop in place. Again, he's going to get off the ground as quickly as possible. Push. Perfect. From there, as we progress, we're lifting the hips up and through. Dylan's going to move that ball out at an angle, 45 degrees. This is our forward scoop throw or forward granny throw. Again, regular movement here. This is with counter movement. Excellent. With that position, it's just like a broad jump. Then we go without counter movement, Dylan. Push. Again, that's great for linemen or sprinters. Anybody coming out of the stance. Last one, the elastic component is to jump in place. He did a great job there of keeping his tension in the belly and the upper back. Athletes will lose that a lot of times, so let's make sure we're aware there. From there, we're going to go to a backwards throw. Now we're going to need a little more glute and hamstring from the vertical throw, from the forward granny throw. You're going to need a little more erector play on the backside with the backwards throw as well, a little more lat too. So he's going to start with counter movement. Awesome. Hips are clear and straight up. From there, he's going to pause. Push. Good. That one can also be great for fighters or wrestlers who really need that mid-back, low-back power and pop, some of their sprawls and throws. Last one's with counter. Good. Excellent. From there, athletes will be in place. Now, this is going to be a little more of a vertical force production exercise. We're going to start vertical throw. He's going to go right down that position, almost like a jerk position. So sit quick, get out quick. Pop. Excellent. Now we're going to go without counter movement. Go pause. He's got to keep tension, feel the ground. Pop. There you go. Excellent. And then we'll go with counter movement. Pop. Perfect. Great job. That's more a vertical force production exercise. Great for overhead lifters. Great for throwers, pitchers, athletes of that life. Now, we're going to go 45-degree angle, so now we're going to work back into more of a horizontal plane. Watch his body position here, just like a broad jump. Again, more of a hip dominant than upper body exercise. Excellent. If you look at that line, 45-degree line, if you were to pause, it's perfect acceleration position, perfect extension for, again, impacting an opponent or accelerating out of the stance. Without counter movement. Pop. Good. You can play with that hip height. If you want to put them back with the hips on the boards, get a lower position, you're great there. Again, he's going to be a little higher up. We're going to sit back now to his pop with that stretch shortening cycle and play now. Punch. Excellent. Good job. Okay. Last exercise we're going to demonstrate today is kind of our icing on the cake exercise. Dylan's going to put the ball on the ground. Okay? Before we do anything with the med ball, show you how we do a kneeling jump here. This is great as a progression for athletes to really understand it's as much of a hip dominant exercise as it is pushing through the ground. So this is really focus on hip hinging, getting off the ground and extending the hips. Once you jump up and land right in athletic stance. Boom, good, back down. Excellent. So one more rep here. He's going to quickly hinge the hips back. Pop. Good, excellent. We'll just add a med ball in at the end. Let's go right to a 45-degree throw. Yep, no, pick it up off. Good. So again, that last one, kneeling jump to a forward med ball throw, that's kind of a special strength. That's an icing on the cake exercise. Don't try that one unless your athletes are at an advanced level and they have got a great relative body strength as an indicator of where they're at. Awesome.